So next step is we want to look at dimensionless time. Okay, let's rewrite what we already have. 1 over 1 r sub d r sub w squared dou over dou r sub d over dou p times dou p over dou r sub d is equal to phi mu c sub t over 0.0002637k dou p over dou t. Now the question is, where is time found, the derivative of time? And we can only find it on this side. So now we'll be focusing mainly on the right hand side. Okay, first let's recall the definition of dimensionless time. That would be 0.0002637 kt over phi mu c sub t over r sub w squared. Okay, now I want to rewrite this in terms of time. So t is equal to phi mu c sub t r sub w squared t sub d over 0.0002637 k. Okay, now why can I do that? So, right, let's rewrite the right hand side again. We have phi mu c sub t over 0.0002637 k multiplied by, we have dou t on the bottom, which I'm going to write down first. Now dou t is equal to phi mu c sub t r sub w squared t sub d 0.0002637 k over here, and in the numerator we have just dou p. Okay, so now how can we simplify this? Well, using the logic from the previous argument, which is for the dimensionless radius part 2, we can actually break this up as follows. So I'm going to label this as 1i again, capital I. So we can actually split this as follows. We can just find out what the constant terms are and take them out. So there are some assumptions which lead to phi mu c sub t r sub w squared over 0.0002637k being a constant. So this is what we can do. We can rewrite the whole expression like this. Phi mu c sub t over 0.00267k multiplied by 0.0002637k over phi mu c sub t r sub w squared, and finally that is being multiplied by dou p over dou t sub d. Okay, and from here we can make some cancellations. So this constant numbers here can be removed. We have a k and we have a k here, phi mu ct and phi mu ct. Finally, we can rewrite the whole of the right hand side as 1 over r sub w squared dou p over dou td. Great! So now let's summarize what we already have. What we have now is 1 over r sub d r sub w squared over times dou over dou r sub d dou p over dou r sub d is equal to dou p, my bad, we got the 1 over r sub w squared dou p over dou td, and I forgot whether or not I actually wrote the 1 over r sub w squared in the previous. Yeah, I have. Okay, that's good. Okay, and from here we can make a cancellation because we have 2 r sub w squared terms here. Can't choose color for some reason. Okay, now I can. So this cancels out with this. So now we have 1 over r sub d dou over dou r sub d dou p over dou r sub d is equal to dou p over dou td. Now we'll move on to the final part, which is dimensionless pressure. So recall the definition of dimensionless pressure. P sub d is equal to kh P sub I minus P over 141.2 BQ mu. And we can rewrite this in terms of initial, sorry, not in terms of initial pressure. We want to rewrite this in terms of pressure, which will give us, alright, let's see if I can do this in my head. Pi is Pi subtracted by 141.2 BQ mu P sub D over KH. Okay, sorry that took me so long. And now, let's rewrite what we have for our diffusivity equation. We find that we have 1 over R sub D, dou over dou R sub D, R sub D, dou P over dou R sub D, and this is equal to dou P over dou TD. So now the question is, where do we have pressure terms and derivatives? And we have 2 on both sides. So this is what we can do now. We can just substitute the P in both of these equations. Let's do that. I'll try to keep my writing smaller so that I can actually fit everything on one screen. P sub I minus 141.2 BQ mu over KH. This is equal to dou over dou TD, T sub D, sorry. And then you put in the definition for pressure again. Pi minus 141.2 BQ mu over KH. Okay, that's a long expression. So now how can we break this up? We need to recognize some facts first. Given, so this is the first fact, yeah? I'll use a small a for this. Given u and v are functions of x, then dou of u plus v over dou x is equal to dou u over dou x plus dou v over dou x. So now this is just a summation. And also, and from here we can actually break apart our dimensionless, our derivatives. So we can rewrite the left hand side one as following. Oh, let me see if I can switch colors. Can't for some reason. Okay, that's good. I can switch my colors again. So we can actually rewrite this as dou over R d P sub I plus dou over dou R sub d open brackets minus 141.2 b q mu over kh. Alright, so now we can also do the same for the right hand side. And this will just give us dou over dou t sub d. Again, we have p sub I plus dou over dou t sub d minus 141.2 bq mu over kh. Okay, so they look very similar, so there should be a way that we can eliminate both of them. Okay, and the way that we do that is we recognize that p sub I is some constant, and that dou A over dou X, where A equals constant, this is equal to 0, where A is some constant, because constants do not vary with any parameter at all. So we can actually just rewrite the whole equation here as follows. And I'm just going to use white for this to keep it simpler. 1 over R sub d, dou over dou R sub d. There was an R sub d here. Dou over dou RD again. I'll write this down here, minus 141.2 BQ mu P sub D over KH. And I get the nagging feeling that I forgot to write the P sub D in the equations prior to this one. So I'll check on that real quick after I finish writing this down. BQ mu over KH P sub D. I'm probably right. Yep, I am right. I always forget to write this P sub D over here. You know what? Let's do it some justice. I'm gonna erase this. Give a bit more space here. Same goes to this bracket. Okay. Okay, now we can also make use of this. Recognize that negative 141.2 BQ mu over KH is a constant, which means that we can just cancel these out on both sides, because you can take them out of the derivative, and once you've taken them out of the derivative, you can simply cancel them out. Now here we're actually taking it out of two derivative terms, but it's exactly the same thing. Okay, I'm not going to show that. It should be simple to recognize. It should be trivial. So we can rewrite everything as 1 over RD times dou over dou RD, R sub D dou over dou R sub D, P sub D is equal to dou over dou TD of dou PD. And that is the dimensionless diffusivity equation. We will finally write it in, what color should I'll just write it in pink. Yep. R sub D dou P sub D over dou R sub D equals dou P sub D over dou TD. Okay, hence it is shown. Alright, so if you like this video, please give a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and also click the bell notification for icons. Thank you so much for viewing, and stay tuned for more. Bye bye.